It's a very rare day when someone from the US government openly admits what they're doing in terms of crimes. Look at this. SOCOM, the U.S. Special Operations Command, essentially came out into the public and said that it needed to improve propaganda and influence activities, according to a senior Pentagon official who told reporters it this week. Andrew Gaggs, a Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Special Operations and Combating Terrorism, told the public that it needs to step up propaganda efforts. Their exact words were, "Improve your propaganda." They wanted to require new partnerships beyond traditional actors throughout the world, through efforts to amplify voices of non-governmental organizations and individuals who bring transparency to malign activities of our competitors. And of course, competitors being the people that don't agree with U.S. foreign policy, or the people who just want to live independent of U.S. control over their country, their laws, their economy, their judicial system, etc. Adversaries can weaponize disinformation and propagate to their advantage, undermining the democratic process and deflecting blame for their malign activities. Rather than hiding from the transparency afforded by the 24-hour news cycle and pervasive social media, our adversaries embrace that cycle and use it to their advantage. In other words, the Pentagon is upset that people like the government of Venezuela are actually able to put out the truth. They're actually able to put out the videos of pro-Maduro protests that number in, hundreds of thousands that occur frequently, that are being censored by the mainstream media, that people who live in Venezuela are able to post something that's true, or that maybe there are people in France that are able to put out videos of yellow vest protests and the abuses being carried out by police. That seems to be the problem that the Pentagon has, or people in other countries, regular everyday people, people who can go to Syria, see what's going on, and broadcast the truth. That seems to be the problem here. Social media is, for the most part, out of control of the U.S. empire. Now, it's very hard to control an entire internet. Don't get me wrong, the U.S. is very good at doing it. But they don't have a complete and total monopoly yet. Essentially, what this guy is saying is that the pro-war propaganda, the reasons that we use to justify to go to wars against different countries, needs to be massively improved. And that it's losing out to the actual truth of the people who are on the ground there and dealing with the things that are going on. Those who are opposing the U.S. invading countries, killing a ton of people, and stealing their resources. So this is a very significant moment in the history of the Pentagon and in the United States, where someone can so blatantly and obviously go out and tell the truth. This is somewhat akin to John Bolton going on Fox News saying one of the great things that they would like to do in Venezuela is get American oil companies in there. That's an astounding moment of truth from the U.S. government, or more specifically, the U.S. empire and the accompanying capitalist class. So very clearly, what we're seeing here is the empire telling the mainstream media, telling organizations like NGOs and those who work to support the U.S. empire and to justify its murderous actions, that they need to step it up in the propaganda zone. They need to do a better job of coming up with justifications for going in and committing all kinds of crimes against humanity for the purposes of profit-making. So, as horrible as this human being actually is, we do have to at least give him credit for being terribly honest.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.